Original post, June 28, 2024. I, 28 female, have been with my husband, 27 male, for 6 years, married for 4 years, and we have 2 kids, 3 and 1 years old. Everything in our relationship is perfect for us. He's the best husband and father to our kids that I could have asked for. I am absolutely in love with him, and his actions and words have always shown me that he feels the same way. There's no better feeling than going to sleep in his arms every night. Last weekend, my husband and I had some friends over and we were having a barbecue. We were all outside in the backyard, surrounding my husband who was on the grill. As the food got closer to being ready to eat, we all started sitting at our backyard table. Once the food was all ready and at the table, my husband went inside to use the washroom and get another case of beer. I didn't realize that my best friend, 28 female, had followed him. When he was coming back out, my best friend hid behind the wall separating our kitchen and living room and surprised him by pulling him and forcing a kiss. My husband immediately pushed her back and yelled "WTF?" She immediately started crying and ran out of the house and left. My husband came back into the backyard and asked to speak to me privately and immediately told me what had just happened. I was shocked and told him that it would be okay and that we could talk after everyone else left. I managed to put on appearances for the next couple of hours, but I was mentally distraught. After everyone left, my husband sat me down and told me what happened, and showed me the footage from our living room camera. It was exactly as my husband had described it. My best friend of 10 years, the person who I treated as my literal sister, forcibly kissed my husband. After the 3rd date with my husband, she was the one I told that I was going to marry him. She knows how much I love him and how strong our relationship is, and still, she chose to try to come in the middle. My best friend tried showing up the next day, just to talk, and my husband had to hold me back from beating the crap out of her, and he kicked her out and told her to not come back. It's been almost a week now and I'm nowhere close to moving on. I don't blame my husband one bit. He's completely innocent in this and if anything, he's the victim. I've been lying down on my husband's chest and just crying every day and night. I'm so angry and frustrated and don't know what to do. My husband has been amazing, and like always, he just gets it and understands how I'm feeling. He brought me flowers almost every day and cooked my favorite meals multiple times in the last few days. I love and appreciate him all the more for it. I just don't know how I'm going to move on and trust any of my friends again after this. Update 1, July 1, 2024. After reading a lot of the comments, I realized that it was possible that my husband was having an affair with my best friend, and he knew about the camera and acted accordingly to make sure I didn't suspect an affair. Her running out of the house crying, my husband showing me the footage before I asked, and his love bombing would all make sense if he was cheating with my best friend. I can't be with a cheater, and I had to make sure my husband was loyal to me. On a side note, I made sure that my husband was okay and well after being forcibly kissed and he said he was fine, and he didn't feel assaulted and it was just a kiss. He said that he was just worried about me because he knew how much this friendship meant to me. Over the weekend, I looked through my husband's phone and laptop while he was doing yard work. Both of us have full access to each other's phones and I didn't find anything out of the ordinary in my husband's phone. I checked his messages, WhatsApp, social media, and deleted messages folder. There was nothing suspicious on his phone or laptop. This morning after my husband left to go to work, I arranged for our next-door neighbors, a friendly, elderly couple, to watch the girls for a couple of hours and I went to my best friend's place without telling her I was coming. She works afternoon shifts so I knew she would be there in the morning. She let me in, and she seemed scared, and I demanded to know the truth. She said that she had always been really attracted to my husband and she had tried making advances before, but my husband always just shut her down. She admitted to being jealous of me and my perfect life with my husband. I should have seen the signs earlier. When our firstborn was learning to speak, my best friend would always try to get her to call her mama. When she held our daughter for the first time, she accidentally sat in my husband's lap. She has been trying to replace me for years and I never noticed, and my husband kept rejecting her advances because he only wanted me. She said that she had drank more than she should have at the barbecue, and she decided to try her luck when she saw my husband was going inside alone. I forced her to show her phone as well and again, there was nothing implying an affair and all the messages appeared to line up with my husband's phone, so I knew there was nothing deleted or manipulated. She apologized profusely and asked me to not end our friendship over this. I told her that she's nothing to me and she could have been happy for me, and I treated her like a sister all these years just for her to try and steal my life. Now, I know for sure that my husband never cheated, the guilt for doubting him is eating me up. If I tell him that I snooped through his phone and laptop and met up with my ex-best friend to verify that he wasn't cheating, It's going to impact our marriage and he'll be very disappointed in me for not trusting him, and if anything, he will lose his trust in me. If I don't tell him, the guilt is going to continue eating me up. I've never lied or kept secrets from him before and I don't want to start now, but this is an impossible choice. He's only ever shown me how much he loves and cherishes me and he doesn't deserve to be betrayed like this. I will update more when I tell him the truth. Update: I told my husband everything, that I looked through his phone and laptop, and that I confronted my ex-best friend. I showed him both Reddit posts and told him that even a few comments that speculated that he was having an affair made me paranoid and I acted on it. I apologized to him for doubting him and thanked him for always being an amazing husband, always turning down her advances, and for spoiling me, especially when I was down. He said that he understands, and he said he should have told me earlier about her trying her luck earlier. I'm also starting therapy next week to figure out my paranoia and trust issues, process the end of my friendship, and in general try to get into a better mental space so I can be better as an individual, wife, and mother. Relevant comments. Comment 1. Well, I don't know why you suspect your husband in the first place. Just seek therapy, you need it. Best of luck with your life moving forward. Cut that friend out, she was never your friend. OP. I am looking for therapists. She's no longer a friend. Story 2, am I the asshole for causing the miscarriage of my husband's affair partner? Original post, June 8, 2024. I don't know where to begin or where to end this story. I can't discuss this with anyone I know because I feel like an asshole while also feeling justified at the same time. This story will also sound made up, but it's really not and I'm just hurting and want some place to type it all out too. I, 36 female, have been with my husband, 39 male, for over a decade. Early on, I had to have a hysterectomy due to health complications and told him if he wanted kids, we should go our separate ways. He insisted he was strictly child-free and didn't want kids. In every other way, we were perfect for each other. A few years into our marriage, we even had the chance to adopt a little girl from a family member's unplanned pregnancy. I was thrilled, but he still didn't want kids, so she was adopted elsewhere. Not being a mom hurt, but I accepted it. Sometime back, my husband started acting weird. You know how you just know when someone you love changes? He came home late, avoided sex, and was cold. He denied anything was wrong, but I could tell he was lying. Whenever I tried to talk to him about it, he'd tell me I'm being psycho and controlling. So, I snooped through his phone and found evidence of a very long affair. I'm not proud of it, but I did it. I needed that peace of mind. His mistress, 26 or 27 female, whom he'd introduced to me as his cousin, was around less than 2 months pregnant. They were discussing marriage after he divorced me. He admitted he didn't want to divorce me yet because he would lose our house, which I funded entirely. He'd also been using our joint account, which I contribute significantly more to, I earn considerably more than him, to pay for her rent and hospital expenses. When I confronted him, he admitted to the affair and her pregnancy. She came over, and things got heated. I tried to blame him, not her, but after a lot of tears and fighting, I lost control and told them that I hoped they lost the child. I'm not proud of it, but I said it. He moved out of my house the next day, not sure where they live now. A few weeks later, she had a miscarriage. They blame me and believe I caused it. She came to our house, slapped me, banged my head against the wall, and kicked me. I was not significantly injured. He didn't hurt me physically, but he didn't stop her either. Yes, I was foolish to let them in, but I am in a weird mental state too, and didn't expect her to hit me. Maybe I deserved it. I may have felt the same if someone said something like that about my unborn child and lost it. I won't file charges because it's not an option in my country, and maybe I deserve the beating for what I said. I just want to know if I'm the asshole and if yes, how big of an asshole I am. Thanks. Edit. What I said was so unforgivable in my religion. Wishing something bad on an unborn baby is unforgivable. It's not some small thing, that's why I feel like an asshole. A child is considered God's blessing. I said all that and cursed them, and maybe my anger and envy created Nazar. That's why I think I'm the asshole. Logically I know I didn't cause it to actually happen, but the bad thing happened because I thought bad, and because I was hurt, my bad thoughts had effect. Relevant comments. Comment 1. What was the discussion you had with our husband about having children? OP. Because I was never sure whether he was child-free because I couldn't have kids, or if he really was child-free because he wanted to be. So when we had the opportunity to adopt a child, I wanted to pursue it to have a chance at being parents, if he wanted it too. Assault isn't okay in my country either. But we have a poor judicial system and no one is likely to take me seriously for some minor temporary injuries. I'd also rather not drag this out any further. Comment 2. What are the divorce laws in your country? OP. Divorce laws in my country somewhat favor the woman and the house title is in my name. For a criminal case, I'll have to go to the police, who are very corrupt, convince them to file a case, and then all of this will become entirely public, which I want to avoid. I don't want to interact with the police here, which is one more reason I don't want to press charges. Comment 3. I have several questions. How is Nazar different than karma? How is it more real than karma? Isn't having sex with a married man wishing bad things on another woman? Now you have made many hints at the type of country you live in. Most of them tend to have women more in the home than the workplace. I am very impressed if a little confused as to you making more money, and buying the house, etc. OP. Yes, it is not common, but my husband and his family gave me permission to work. I do not go to an office but have a business, so I am allowed to continue doing it. In my religion, it is not prohibited for women to hold property, and you can even ask for it during your marriage. I did not want to mention which country because people may judge me. Nazar is real because it is true and I have faced it. Yet again after this incident, I believe that Nazar is real. Karma is just a magical concept. You cannot be born again and again, so it is fake. Update 1, June 30, 2024. I've been meaning to post an update for a while now but was just so occupied with everything going on. After everything that happened, my in-laws found out that my husband and I were staying separately, because he also stopped sending them money for their upkeep. They called me, and I told them everything honestly, including what I said. My in-laws completely took my side. They threatened to cut their son out of their lives for his infidelity and were also angry about the embarrassment he has caused them. They've told him that the only way he can make it up to them is by obtaining my forgiveness and making it up to me. I'm thankful for them. They also informed my parents and reassured them that they'll be supporting me no matter what. I've been living with my in-laws since. Many of you are right, she was never pregnant and never had a miscarriage. She couldn't provide any evidence of pregnancy or a miscarriage. According to my mother-in-law, I think my husband realized she'd been lying about her pregnancy only after leaving me. It also turns out that she really is my husband's distant cousin. So he wasn't lying about that at least. She apparently begged my in-laws not to tell her own parents, but they went ahead and told them anyway. Word spread, and she is now in shame for premarital sex, that too with a married man. I don't know specific details about her, but I think she's pretty much been put under house arrest by her parents other than for absolutely essential trips. My parents are too old to have much of an opinion. They are reassured that my in-laws are on my side and are happy with anything I do. My husband and I are still not on good terms, but I still love him very much. I need time to heal from this and a proper apology, which I'm yet to receive. But once I do, I'm inclined to take him back. I think he currently resents me because of the backlash he got. I think he was fully expecting me to be on the receiving end of it, as I was, and is upset that his parents took my side. But eventually, I think he will realize the error of his ways. I don't know if this update is happy or not, but my heart feels lighter. I wanted to update because so many people reached out to me offering words of comfort and support both on the post and in DMs. I read all of it, even if I couldn't reply to everyone personally. Thank you to everyone. Edit, I'm not Indian, not that I have any problems with India or Indians. I'm 36 years old and it'll be hard for me to find anyone else after this. I'm not being a doormat, I'm being practical so I won't be lonely later. Relevant comments. Comment 1, OP, I am truly sorry about this. However, you will be making a very big mistake to take this man back. He cheated on you with his distant cousin, and supported his affair partner's lies that she was pregnant. He does not deserve you, nor does he respect you. You should completely divorce him and get him out of your life. Just think about this OP, you deserve to be happy. Comment 2, I'm sorry OP, but you need to grow up and grow a spine. Harsh words incoming, you need to read them. Let's see. He cheated on you. He stole from you. He allowed his affair partner to physically assault you. He lied to you multiple times. And after all of this, you'd take him back if he apologizes? Come on. Have a little self-respect. You have a great job. You own a home. File for divorce, get some therapy, and learn that you are worth so much more than how you've been treated. How in the world do you get basically assaulted by your husband and still want to grow old with him? Like he had every chance to stop it and didn't, and that makes him just as involved as his affair partner was. Also, if you're in a culture where the man is always right and his parents are on your side, he's probably in the wrong. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.